Hey guys, welcome to a new movie review. Today we're talking about Bullet Train, so let's jump into it. This is with Brad Pitt. This is an action, I'd say action comedy, because if you have to classify into two things, it's definitely action. It could be a thriller, but I think there's definitely feels like there's some comedy in there. I'm not gonna say it's like a super straight up comedy, but there is like some absurd situations, I think, that makes it kind of fun. General thoughts, really like this movie. I'm a big fan. This is a movie I knew I was gonna like it. A lot of the stuff gave me like a John Wick vibe, but that very neon kind of. I don't know. Maybe probably because it's also taking place on a bullet train in Japan, so that's that. Like I said, I really like this. So let's jump into it. Brad Pitt is a hitman or a guy. He does stuff. He does like a snatch and he's not a hitman. He steals stuff, but he snatch and grab kind of stuff. So he's trying to get this suitcase, and he has a gun, and this person talking to him who. Not really a spoiler, because if you saw the trailer, and you know the voice, you know who it is. It's not a spoiler, but Sandra Bullock is talking to her. Sandra Bullock's character is talking to her. She's the one who tells her everything. She takes Brad Pitt on this journey to go get the suitcase, where has the train on the handle. Now that I'm thinking about the train on the handle, I'm like, I actually make me think of something, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, he goes on the train. Obviously, there's other guys who are on this train. There's the two guys who are I think they're brothers, or they're I think they said they're twins or something, but they're not. They don't look exactly like twins. They're family, so brothers at the very least. Maybe not by blood, but their brothers still the same. And they have this big guy who, I forget what the name of him is. The big guy, the big bad guy. Everybody goes, this guy's a big scary guy who does all this stuff. It's his son. And it's we have him, we have the suitcase, we're going to give him back to the bad guy. And everything's going to be okay, we did our job. And eventually, stuff happens. Now we're going into spoilers because I can't really talk about the rest of the spoiling, because there's so much stuff that happens throughout the movie, I gotta go into spoil it. But eventually, the son does die. He does this thing where blood comes out of eyes and mouth and everything, and he dies. And eventually, the suitcase obviously gets taken by our main guy, Brad Pitt's character, and he takes it. Oh yeah, they call him Ladybug, so I can call him Ladybug. Ladybug takes it, and then has to fight a bunch of other guys. He grabs to get off the crane, and this other guy comes on, I ruined your life like you ruined mine. It's this guy who's another train killer. His wife and this whole saying party wedding he was at, everybody got infected and died, and it's oh yeah, I was there, but I didn't do that, I steal something, did something. So all the characters, every character who comes in who's part of this, it's all connected. I think all the characters are connected in some way to events, and everybody's all connected. I think that's really cool. But there's one girl who is this doctor, you a doctor or scientist, whatever you want to call her, who's infected, who infected the party where the one guy's wife and stuff is, and he's thought, hey, you're the guy who did it. Nope, it was actually her. Obviously, he tries to kill him, and he accidentally always kills people, hurts people. I don't mean to. I get bad luck, and I just happen to kill people. But that also could mean you're very good at your job. Because a job like that, I feel like I'd be good. Eventually, kills that guy, then kills the other girl who's going to infect him. Or he gets bit by the snake, somebody gets infected or something. So then he bites him again. No, he doesn't get bit by a snake later, but he gets bit because there's a snake. We'll get into that in a minute. Injects him with the thing, bad stuff, and then he injects her with it, and he gets the antidote injection into him, so he's good. She just dies, and yeah. It's why did you give him that antidote? Probably should. I feel like that's just in case you should carry multiple, but yeah. So she dies, and she's also played by the character, the actor played, also, I think played Domino in Deadpool 2, a side actor, I don't know her name. That's the only thing I know of from, I think. And then it's only left to those two guys, and also there's so much stuff happening in this movie. This might be a little long review because a lot of stuff happening. There's this other guy who's on the train who's trying to, I guess, he's on the train. I don't know if he's trying to get the briefcase, but there's this other guy and this girl who are both separate, but he's his son fell off a building. It's in the hospital. They explain it in the beginning. It's got on the screen and finds out the girl he's with is the one who pushed his son off the hospital, sees the daughter of the big bad guy. So he's oh, I have a guy at the place who's going to kill your son if you don't do what I say. And eventually find out that there is a good guy. The guy is, that's not the son who's in the hospital. The father of the son, his dad comes in, who's the rival of the big bad guy, and did all this stuff for this war, little fight thing they had with the two clans or whatever. And he comes in and obviously saves the son. He has a guy, you didn't think I would have somebody at the hospital to stop the bad guy and save my son, protect him at all times. And he also comes in and attacks, and basically all the bad people get good, the girl dies, everybody dies. All who's left is the main characters, cast of characters. Obviously Brad Pitt's character, Ladybug, the father and son, the two other guys who are pretty, I would say, good guys. I'm assessing the son who's in hospital, he survives, and one of the two brothers survived. One of them does die, but also, but the black guy always had to sing for metaphor for Thomas the Tank Engine, but I thought it was weird. But I came out what the this is an already movie. I'm talking about Thomas the Tank engine in this movie, I think it was fucking weird. But yes, these little stickers like, you're this, because each character has specific traits, and he relates them to certain characters. You're Diesel, and da-da-da, brings a lot of comedic stuff to it. Also, there's a snake on the train, very poisonous snake, that gets loose, and it's like, oh, it's the doctor girl who has a point, I think it was her snake, he stole them or something. Makes sense, because he makes all kinds of poisons and all kinds of stuff, so poisonous snake makes sense. He gets loose on the crane and eventually does quite bad press, but since he already has so much nanotoxins or whatever from the other thing, it doesn't really do him too bad, so he's okay. So yeah, it's a fucking crazy ass movie, and it's great. Really fun movie. I would check it out. It's really good. It's a fun action movie. It's really good. I'm giving this one, I'm gonna give it a 9. Like, I really enjoyed it. I think it's really good. It's one of the ones I'm like, yeah, I knew I was gonna enjoy it. It's one of the movies you can tell. I knew I was going into it. The certain movies I know going into them, like, I'm probably gonna like this. I'm probably gonna give it high grades. This is a 9. I enjoyed it. So what do you guys think of Bullet Train? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay epic. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.